So she now starts saying things like, we're children of Mamlam, you know, there's God in the water. And I'm like, I care, son. That's what I'm dreaming. Now this big black python, you know, is prevalent now in the water.
The church you went to, satanic?
I would not say satanic, but evil. I can never have my own definition of who I am. For example, I've tried so many things. I've tried to define it myself. I'm not inclined just to say, okay, I could be prophetic. I could be, do you understand? But it's still something that I'm looking at this minister doing, but he is doing that, not me. And I don't want to be like her. I mean, like her or him. I want them to heal me. You know what I mean? I want them to heal me. Anyway, long story short, I decided after matric, I see this particular minister. He ministered on Sunday on ETV at a time. And I was like, oh, this is a powerful man of God. I'm going to this church. Look at him casting devils out. I know people know who he is, but I'm just not going to mention, right? Casting evil out. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to help me.
Yes. With his white suit.
You didn't have to say that. But yes, I was like, this is my man.
Yes.
This is where I'm going. So, matric, my mom paused as well because she was sick. Cool. I come here, so I had two options between Words and UJ, and I was like, UJ is great because also it's the arts, you know. I'm a creative person, the arts, even though I did biochemistry at the time, you know. Just because you're smart with books.
Doesn't mean you like them.
Exactly. It doesn't mean you like them, you know. So yeah. So I can do that. Or there's SABCs, yeah, Randburgs, yeah. I can get to do what I love, you know.
Sure.
Which is the creative arts. I get there. And when I get to varsity, the first week, society week, the first people I meet is people from this church. It's like, guys, got ordained. I'm going to this church. Cool. I get there. The first weekend, they're like, would you like to go to the healing school? I'm like, are you joking? Of course. That's why I'm here in my heart. Get to the healing school, experience that whole. And I was like, you know, God.
What's a healing school?
So he has a healing school, but it's not like he's teaching people how to heal. So people go to him who are sick, who are demon possessed, who are, you know, different types of people who need healing in different categories. So they spend a little bit of time with him teaching. He teaches them the word, right? So that when he, on the day of performing miracles, then when they receive their healing, they know that, you know, they know the word. Yeah, I go there and I'm right here with him and he's right here and he's performing these miracles and I'm watching, I'm weeping. It's like, oh, thank you, God. I know I found my healing. Yo, you know, because this time I'm thinking, I need healing. Somebody's going to take all of these things away
from me.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. What happens now in the church is God starts speaking to me about him, rather. Then now that voice, it's stronger. The one that I heard when I was little, but I'm casting it out. It's like, this is still the devil. I'm casting it out because also in that ministry, it's about pastor this, pastor that. They even called him Jesus in a suit.
What is the voice saying to you about him?
It's saying, okay, the first thing that let me talk about this first. So our pastors in the church, campus ministry, I'm a leader. I accelerated very quickly. I'm a leader. We're leaders, we're in leadership, right? They call a leaders meeting. Okay. We go to a leaders meeting. When you get to the leaders meeting, all these news about pastors are sleeping with women, different types of women. They getting them pregnant, asking them to do abortions. You know, I was so disappointed and so hurt. It's like I thought we'd be living in this thing all
Sure.
together. It's our thing, you know. Disappointed. Cool. So while I'm there now, I'm getting back to that anxiety is coming back because I thought anxiety is going now. Even the attacks. I'm not experiencing the attacks so much. I'm only seeing the good stuff. When I dream about a person, it's the good stuff. Oh, you're gonna have a child. Nah, a job. You know what I mean? Good things. All right. Sharpo. And then now anxiety is starting to come. Now I'm starting to now have words of knowledge about this man in terms of the primary spirit that he uses in the church, including this thing now of people making abortions in terms of what is connected to and the God that is connected to. I'm not going to get into details with that. For sure, people can put one and two together.
Sure.
Right? And I'm like, boys, who are you? And what is happening? I still want to be in this church. I mean, for a period of time, I felt like I felt my, I felt
My alignment,
exactly
connectedness to God.
connectedness to God,
Yeah.
and that texts were not so much, And I was like, you know what? Let me go to Pretoria. I'll do the traveling thing to school, Let me go to the Pretoria branch. I go to the Pretoria branch.
Still the same church.
Still the same, yeah, still the same church. I'm not learning because I'm running after that thing that I felt for those couple of months. That you know what? No, man, I felt good.
I'm running after that initial feeling.
Exactly, because I'm like, it's good, I'm not a child of the devil anymore. Those attacks are gone. I see only good things now. You know what I mean? But also, I think I was looking for a father. I mean, my father was never there because of mental illness. I was looking for a mother because this
Belonging.
church, exactly, belonging. That's what I was looking for, really. I get to Pretoria, and also my anxiety went down. Do you understand? So I get to Pretoria. When I get to Pretoria, when you have from the big church, obviously, automatically you become part of the leadership. We've been sent out to start churches even, and so the first one we were sent out. I'm sent out with a man of God within the church, but his wife was livid. I'm not understanding why the woman is livid. So later, not even a long time when I was there, right? Later, news come out again in terms of women are sleeping. I mean, these men of God, they're sleeping with these women, right? It's a known thing now. And one of the sisters I befriended was sleeping with the pastor herself, the main pastor of the church.
In the new branch.
In the new branch.
Yeah.
And this new branch, it also have mini branches. It's a big church, right? Mini branches, and women from small branches are also coming forth, and it's like, he took my money, he did this, he's sleeping with me, do you understand? So this thing of money is sleeping with women and actually asking women to do abortions so we can feed a God. You know what I mean? It's a prevalent thing.
A sacrifice.
Exactly.
These kids are a sacrifice.
Obviously, because it's
to make the
done
ministry
so
bigger.
much. Exactly, it's done so much.
Yeah.
I remember this one time I'm sitting there and they're like, if you want to send a message to pastor, the main pastor, you must pay 10,000 rand. And I'm not kidding. To you to stand in front of the camera like this, like we're recording like this, to say, Pastor, I love you, this is my message to you. That's when it turned. I was like,
so you won't meet him, you won't get his time. You are sending him a pre-recorded message that will be delivered to him.
For 10,000 rand. That's when I was like, no, I can't be here anymore. I don't know what's happening, but I can't be here anymore. Sharp. Mafikeng. The same church. I'm not learning. I go to Mafikeng.
You go to Mafikeng. You go back home.
I'm from.
Okay.
Mafikeng. I'm like,
and you're like, round 3, let's go.
Round 3, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mafikeng. I'm home, man. I'm going to Northwest University. I'm transferring everything. My life. West University.
Let's reestablish.
Exactly, because I'm home now. Maybe that's what I'm missing. And I'm running away from who I am, essentially. So I'm just starting to get in touch with this thing. Maybe I don't really know myself as a people, Let me go home and do the studying and everything, the church thing in Mafikeng. In Mafikeng, there wasn't a lot of drama. I mean, there wasn't there wasn't a lot of people even in the church. Yes, we do have a brother, this brother sleeping with whoever, you know what I mean? But it wasn't as big as pastors doing it themselves. I mean, in Pretoria, this girl that I know, Mamu Root, trapped her so much that she had marks everywhere in her body. I was so shocked. Who even fights like that? How do you fight like that as a human being? Do you understand? But to show you,
The pastor's wife.
The pastor's wife
Beat up somebody else.
Beats up somebody else like that, right? So that's why this woman, when I went to start a ministry with somebody, was acting the way she did because he thought maybe I'm sleeping with, because it's such a thing that you didn't know. There you go, Koketso. You don't know this is what's happening.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Okay, do. And then, yeah, we're in Mafikeng. Nothing much, but also I'm like, no, guys, in Mafikeng, no. After a few months or a year, I don't know. After a few months, I'm like, no, I'm going back to Joburg. Remember, I gotta go and be famous, right? I gotta go be famous. So being a director is too slow. I can't do it. I'm transferring back to Johannesburg. I can't do this.
Round 4.
The round 4 in Johannesburg, right?
You go back to the same church?
Okay. I didn't go back to the same church. I go back to the same church. I go back to UJ though. Sharpo, I'll go back to UJ. I am in Johannesburg. UJ. Yes. I'm in Johannesburg now. I get an agent. Audition. Act here, act there. Meet my husband on a particular set to be there. Yeah, starting to work. And it's like, oh, I'll do church at home. I can't do this anymore. But while I'm there, and anyway, I'm doubting this church thing and God thing, you know. I'll just pray at home. But now I'm starting to get into things like philosophy and, you know what I mean, feminism, and I'm changing my direction. I'm like, this life does not work. Not the church, not a man of God, not a minister, but their life.
Now it's the universe and the moon.
Exactly.
Instead of God and Jesus.
Jesus, you know. I'm starting to get intrigued and, maybe I don't know myself. Maybe I need to know who my ancestors are, you know. But it's slow. It's really, really slow. I remember going to 27 Boxes in Melville and we saw a medium. And it was Dominique. I don't know if she's still there. Right? Dominique, and she sees your future. When it came to me, she saw nothing. I'm like, okay, it's coming back again. I was like, okay, but there's something fundamentally wrong with you. You came with somebody else. They can see what's happening with the person. But to you, they can't see anything. Anyway, time goes, sharp, we finish school. Go to after now. Now I'm studying for, I'm always studying like my dad, really. Books are fun, you know? Yeah. After my honors now, you know, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable in my body. Masters, then that's when I really started feeling I was going to take cinematography. Ended up in producing and writing because uncomfortable, right? Started feeling uncomfortable. Okay, cool, but it's uncomfortable, man. It's not really sickness. Cool. After that, I started feeling fundamentally really sick in my body. Every part of my body is painful, right? So I start the church thing again. We see different prophets. Nobody can really tell me what my problem is.
Church thing, you go to other new churches now, and you're just trialing new churches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to new churches now, but mainly because so that they can pray for me, you know, so that they can pray for me as well. But when I went to Rhema, I was looking for a home, but it didn't really feel like a home, you know what I mean? Then different prophets. I remember being in a church in Pretoria and they slapped me so hard. And then they're trying to tell me I have a demon, but I don't. I'm just like, but if I had a demon, it will manifest, you know? So I'm like, but if I had a demon, it will manifest, but you're really clapping me here and it's really painful. You're not hitting the demon, you're hitting me. It's like, that is a demon. I promise you, that is a demon. What's talking is a demon, and this person's like, who are you? I'm so confused. It's like, Koketso, who are you? And he slapped me so hard. And for sure you guys know that ministry, and the pastor kept saying, Ziva, Zimeme. Obviously, I'm not mentioning a church, but, you know, Ziva, Zimeme. And he clapped me. He clapped me so so bad. Went home, not doing profits anymore now. And we start talking. Now it's, met my husband. Start talking with my husband. Maybe we should consider African spirituality. Maybe that's the calling you have. Or the house we lived in Melville at the time. I would see things in the house, and I'd tell him, there's stuff in this house. We need to take care of that. Don't we pray? But they're not going away, They're not going away, And then now that our texts are coming as well, those are texts, they're back now. Now I'm starting to think, maybe that church really helped me, but I'm not going back. Let's just continue. Yeah. So we start consulting. When we consult, Isangoma.
Yeah.
We start consulting Isangoma. Prophets didn't work. Churches didn't work. Consult Sangoma. The first person I consult, they just can't see anything. They can't see, at least maybe whoever lawyered you, or you have a calling. They can't see anything at all. And I'm not kidding. My husband is here. He can tell you he can't see anything. So I'm getting worried again. Oh, shucks. Now I'm sick now. And we're like, okay, let's pause this Sangoma route. Let's go into Western medicine. We get into Western medicine. We do every blood test there is. I don't know how many specialists I know, but I qualify not to be a doctor. I'm joking. There was the time where my feet were sore. We saw a podiatrist, rheumatologist, because I was just sweating. And what is this? I was just not sweating. Rheumatologist, you see it when?
I'm an engineer.
Oh, what word, baby? Swelling, inflammation.
Yeah.
Rheumatologist. I see a neurologist. I remember praying when I went to see a neurologist, and said,
Yeah.
God, let it be something wrong with my mind, because something was wrong with my father's mind.
And if it is, then the neurologist will fix it.
Exactly, will fix it. You know. I remember going to blood tests, and it's like, God, can I get anything? When I went to see a rheumatologist, give me something, HIV, I will take. Obviously now I'm not praying like that. At that time, I will take the pills.
Yeah.
Give me lupus, something, anything. But I am so sick. Everything is wrong. Everything is painful in my body. Nothing with Western medicine. This one time we went to a massage place in Northcliffe, and I was doing Chinese medicine. Now they give you herbs. I'm trying to drink herbs, and then acupuncture. I've tried everything. When I tell you, I know that God is alive. I'm not joking. I've tried everything.
Chinese, yeah.
Chinese, yeah. I'm doing that. I'm doing Reikis. I'm doing everything. And when we were there, this one lady, we're like, did we try everything? Do you not know anyone? She tells me, there's this woman in town. We call her Mama. She's Indian though. Go to her. She helped whoever. We go to this woman. When we get there, it's like, okay, your mom sent you to me. Obviously I've always had a knowing. My knowing is just saying no. But I sit because I was like, no, but maybe she's telling the truth. Send you to me. I try that. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. And we're like, okay, let's go back to traditional medicine, Isangom. There's this one time we start, and then there's this one time we went to see a particular one, and this voice that I've always heard, it's like, get out of there. That's when I appreciated this voice. Get out of there. Get out. There's no one here. But somebody saying get out. We left. Never went back. But obviously, sat through the whole thing, her talking, whatever she's saying, got out. Sharp. Now, we're in Lesotho. We decide, okay, South African, the problem is not, it's not that they can't see. Maybe it's South Africa. Maybe the mood here, these people, they don't have power, they can't help you. Let's look in other countries, like Lesotho, Botswana, Gabon, But honestly, we're not really considering Lesotho or Botswana that much because they're still also close by. We're thinking, go to Malawi, go to Gabon, maybe we've heard those people are really powerful. They will help you, girl, and they will certainly pick up something. Now, we don't know anybody from there. We don't know how to get there. You can't just pick up and leave. And at a time, we're thinking, also just know your Imvelaphi, and my husband also know my Imvelaphi. His family is from Lesotho. We end up going to Lesotho. We're supposed to go to Lesotho as well. A lot of things happen. We miss flights out of something very small. You know, I get to Lesotho. When you get to Lesotho, the person we went to see at a particular lodge, nah? At a particular lodge, we researched online. This person can heal, does 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
When we get there, this person has died not so long ago. You know, oh, I wept, and it's like, guys, I've been chasing myself, chasing whatever's wrong. This person has died. Ask the lodge, can you recommend somebody then for us? Because you can't just go home, you know, they recommend someone. I go see that particular person, and it's a respected man around the community, apparently. Go see that particular person, gives me something. Go in future, come back tomorrow, you know? Went there the next day. But I got so sick. When I tell you, I feel like I am dying. I remember sleeping on the bed and looking at myself. Another me was here, looking at myself there. And it was the 31st of December, looking at myself. And I could see myself, I'm dying. I'm looking at my husband and I'm seeing how scared he is. And I was like, I'm dying in Lesotho. I'm dying in Lesotho, right? And with him also, it